Dave Soulia is the owner of Blackpowder Farm in Pittsford. He joins us today to discuss Act 250, Vermont's 50-year-old land use law, and its impact on economic development and job growth in the state. Dave, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk about Act 250 today, and it's my understanding that the number of Act 250 permit applications to the various district offices has gone down. What does this decline imply?
I think it implies that the financial burden to the businesses are finally exceeding their ability to pay for these demands from the state.
So this is what I understand. The main obstacles for the Act 250 regulatory process are that they are, one, unpredictable. The process is unpredictable.
Right.
It's two, time-consuming, and three, very expensive. So who is primarily affected? Are these large-scale developers or everyday Vermonters who just want to create a new small business or expand what they have?
Well, I would say everybody in the state of Vermont is affected.
Okay.
Being that Vermont consists very much of small business owners, that they're bearing the biggest burden. They have the greatest chance of running out of cash to comply with Act 250. I know personally several business owners who have had their businesses put on hold for the better part of a year, where they had to shut down operations while waiting for Act 250 to give them the thumbs up to go ahead.
And is it true that a lot of people are so afraid of getting tangled up with this mess that they don't even try?
Yes, and I think that's a hidden number that we need to discover, because I think there's millions, if not billions of dollars that have been moved away from the state of Vermont due to the threats of Act 250.
What would you say to some people who say that, Act 250 gives neighbors a voice in the process of economic development? What would you say to that?
I think it has the potential. It does give neighbors a voice. It also opens up the door for individuals to
abuse it?
Yeah, to abuse it, to shut people down just because they simply don't like the idea of a particular business.
Right, so there's that gray area there.
Yes.
Okay, and so now Act 50 has been around for 50 years, and
Yes.
now the legislature is looking to the next 50 years.
Yes.
And there are some proposed changes that have climate change activism in mind.
Oh, yes, there is.
So what would you say to that?
So the current Act 250, as it currently stands, is the Act 250 being triggered is based on acreage of development.
Okay.
What they're proposing, as I call Act 250 2.0,
Okay.
is based on climate impact, where once upon a time it would be a 1 acre or 10 acre operation. This now virtually impacts every single business there is.
So would you say that this is a way of using environmentalism or concern for that as a cudgel against businesses?
Yes, it is. It's a way of extracting more money from businesses, theoretically, to help the environment.
Okay, speaking of which, we have a lot more to cover, but we're out of time. So stick around, Dave. We'll be back next week with more. Join us then.